Hey, beautiful soul listening to this, come closer. I'm going to let you inside my heart, inside every trembling thought and breathless moment of the wildest thing that ever happened to me. This isn't just a story, it's the raw, unfiltered confession of how I lost myself, and then found the truest version of me hiding underneath it all. If you've ever felt like part of you was locked away, like you were wearing a mask you didn't choose, then stay with me. Feel every flutter of fear, every rush of forbidden excitement, every tear and every triumphant smile. Because by the time this ends, I hope you feel a little braver too. It started on an ordinary Thursday morning in early autumn. My alarm went off at 6:30, the same annoying electronic chirp it had used for years. I groaned, rolled over, and swung my legs out of bed like I had 1,000 times before. My name was Alex, 32 years old, graphic designer, quiet guy who kept to himself in apartment 4B of the Maple Ridge complex. I lived a predictable life: coffee, commute, deadlines, takeout, sleep, repeat. Nothing extraordinary. Nothing risky. But as my bare feet touched the cool hardwood floor, something felt lighter. My center of gravity was different. My legs felt smoother against each other. I rubbed my eyes and padded to the bathroom, flicking on the harsh fluorescent light. The scream caught in my throat before it could escape. Staring back at me from the mirror was not my familiar face with its morning stubble and tired brown eyes. Instead, I saw Emily Thompson, my next-door neighbor's 24-year-old daughter. Long auburn hair tumbled in soft waves over slender shoulders. Wide emerald green eyes blinked back at me in perfect sync. A small, heart-shaped face with full lips and a dusting of freckles across a perfect nose. I lifted a hand, her delicate hand with neatly trimmed nails painted a soft nude, and touched my cheek. The reflection did the same. My skin was impossibly smooth, warm, flawless. No, 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 I whispered, but the voice that came out was hers, light, melodic, unmistakably feminine. It floated in the air like a melody I'd only ever heard from the other side of a wall. I stumbled backward, heart slamming against ribs that felt smaller, more delicate. My oversized sleep shirt hung loosely, but now it draped over gentle curves that definitely hadn't been there when I went to bed. I yanked it up in panic, staring down at a body that was soft, rounded, undeniably female. Breasts, real, sensitive breasts, rose and fell with my frantic breathing. My waist curved inward before flaring into hips that swayed when I moved. Legs long and toned, ending in small, dainty feet. I sank to the bathroom floor, knees pulled to my chest, trying to make sense of the impossible. I hadn't taken drugs. I hadn't hit my head. I hadn't wished for this, not consciously, anyway. Sure, I'd watched Emily from my balcony sometimes, admiring how effortlessly pretty she was in her sundresses and jeans, how her laugh carried through the courtyard. But this was insanity. Tears came hot and fast. Wake up, I begged myself. Please wake up. But every pinch, every slap to my own cheek only confirmed the terrifying truth. I was awake. And I was her. I don't know how long I sat there, rocking on the cold tile. Eventually, survival instinct kicked in. I had to get to work. I had a client presentation at 9. I couldn't just disappear. Getting dressed was its own special hell. My boxer briefs slid right off narrow hips. My jeans pulled around my ankles. Every t-shirt swallowed me whole. I ended up cinching a belt as tight as it would go and rolling sleeves and pant legs until I looked like a kid playing dress-up in her dad's closet. I pulled a hoodie over everything and tied my long hair back into a messy ponytail to hide as much of the face as possible. The hallway outside my door felt like a gauntlet. I peeked out, saw no one, and bolted for the elevator. But of course, fate wasn't that kind. "Morning, Alex." Mr. Thompson called, stepping out of 4A with his newspaper. I froze. He looked right at me, at Emily's face, and frowned slightly. "Oh, sorry, miss. Thought you were my neighbor." He gave a polite nod and kept walking. My knees nearly buckled in relief. Whatever cosmic glitch had done this, it hadn't rewritten reality for everyone else. To the world, Alex was still somewhere. And I was walking around in Emily's body. The subway ride downtown was pure torture. I kept my hood up, eyes down, but I could feel the stares. Men's eyes lingering a little too long on legs I hadn't owned. Women glancing with curiosity or subtle appraisal. A businessman actually smiled and said, "Excuse me, beautiful," as he brushed past. Heat flooded my cheeks, embarrassment mixed with a tiny, traitorous spark of something else. At the office, my boss Karen did a double take when I hurried past her desk. "Alex? Is that you?" Her eyes narrowed. "You look different. Did you lose a ton of weight overnight or something?" I mumbled something about a new skincare routine and fled to my cubicle. My hands, small, graceful hands, felt clumsy on the keyboard. My voice cracked into that higher register every time I had to speak in a meeting. Co-workers whispered behind their screens, "Did Alex get prettier? He sounds like he's going through puberty in reverse." Every comment was a knife twist of humiliation. By lunchtime I was hiding in a bathroom stall, fighting tears. How was I supposed to live like this? What about my friends? My family? What about Emily herself? Where was she? Was she trapped in my old body, confused and scared? Or had she simply vanished? That first week was a slow-motion car crash of daily life disruption. I avoided everyone I knew. Mike, my best friend since college, kept texting, "Dude, game night tonight? You've been ghosting me." I typed and deleted a dozen replies before settling on lame excuses about deadlines. My mom called on Sunday like clockwork. "Alex, honey, you sound congested. Are you sick?" I nearly broke down right there, hearing her voice while staring at Emily's reflection in my phone screen. Work got worse. During a team stand-up, my voice slipped into full feminine cadence without warning. Someone snorted. Karen pulled me aside afterward. "Alex, I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to get it together. Clients are noticing." Even simple things became obstacles. The men's restroom felt profoundly wrong now. Standing at a urinal was impossible, and the crude jokes from the guys made my skin crawl. I started using the single-occupancy unisex bathroom on the third floor, locking the door and breathing until the panic subsided. Grocery shopping was a nightmare. The cashier, who usually grunted "Hey man," now smiled warmly and said, "That'll be $42.87, miss." A guy in the produce section actually approached. "Excuse me, do you need help reaching that?" while eyeing the top shelf, and me. I fled with half my list unfinished. Mr. Thompson knocked twice that week, worried. "Have you seen Emily around? She hasn't answered her phone in days." Each time, guilt and terror knotted in my stomach as I lied through pretty lips. But the worst moments were alone at night, when the apartment was quiet and the mirror waited. I'd stand there for hours, studying this stranger's body that was now mine. The slope of shoulders, the way hair brushed bare skin, the unfamiliar weight on my chest when I breathed. Fear dominated, fear of being stuck forever, fear of discovery. But late at night, when exhaustion dulled the panic, a dangerous curiosity began to stir. One Friday night, 2 weeks in, I finally gave in to it. I locked the door, closed all the blinds, and stood in front of my bedroom mirror in just a towel. My heart pounded like I was about to commit a crime. Slowly, I let the towel drop. The body revealed was breathtaking, soft, feminine, perfect. I traced fingertips along collarbones, down the curve of a waist, over hips that flared gently. Every touch sent electric shivers across skin far more sensitive than I remembered. My breath hitched. I started small. I dug out an old silk scarf an ex had left behind years ago. Wrapping it around my neck felt like cool water on a burn. Next came a pair of women's leggings I'd bought online once on a drunken dare and never worn. Sliding them up smooth legs was intoxicating. The fabric hugged every curve like it was made for this body. I added one of my softer t-shirts, knotting it at the waist to create shape. Turning side to side, I watched the reflection move with a natural grace I'd never possessed as Alex. A tentative smile tugged at lips that weren't mine. "Hello," I whispered to the mirror, practicing Emily's soft lilt. The sound sent warmth pooling low in my belly. That night opened the floodgates. Over the next weeks, my apartment became a secret laboratory of self-discovery. I ordered makeup online, foundation, mascara, lipstick in shades of rose and berry. The first time I applied eyeliner, my hand shook so badly I had to start over 3 times. But when I finally got the wing just right, those green eyes popped dramatically, and I gasped at the beauty staring back. I practiced voice for hours, recording myself on my phone, softening consonants, lifting inflection. "Hi, I'm Emily," I'd say to the empty room, then play it back and adjust until it sounded effortless. I experimented with posture, shoulders back, hips tilted, chin parallel to the floor. I walked heel to toe across my living room until the sway felt natural instead of forced. I learned how a simple hair flip could feel flirty and powerful. Clothing became an obsession. I ordered discreet packages, flowy blouses, A-line skirts, sundresses in soft florals. The first time I slipped into a sundress, pale yellow with tiny daisies, I stood frozen in front of the mirror, barely breathing. The fabric skimmed curves perfectly, the hem brushing mid-thigh. I twirled slowly, watching it flare, and felt something inside me unlock. Sensory memories from those nights are vivid even now. The whisper of nylon against skin, the faint vanilla scent of body lotion, the cool slide of lipstick, the way earrings tugged gently at lobes. Every new discovery chipped away at fear and replaced it with breathless excitement. But the real turning point came when I started leaving the apartment, not as hidden Alex, but as her. The first outing was almost accidental. One Saturday morning I woke up feeling bold. I spent 2 hours on hair and makeup, soft waves, subtle smoky eye, nude lip. I chose high-waisted jeans that hugged hips and a cropped sweater that showed just a sliver of midriff. Heels, my first pair of low-block heels, added 3 inches and a confident click to every step. I told myself I was just going to the corner cafe for coffee. 10 minutes, tops. But the moment I stepped outside into crisp autumn air, everything changed. Sunlight caught in my hair. The breeze lifted the scent of falling leaves and my own perfume. People looked, but not with suspicion. With appreciation. A man held the cafe door and smiled. The barista complimented my sweater. I ordered a latte in Emily's voice and no one batted an eye. Sitting by the window, sipping foam, I felt something shift deep inside. For the first time since the change, I wasn't hiding. I was simply existing. And the world accepted me. That small victory snowballed. Weekends became adventures. I went to bookstores and lingered for hours, losing myself in fashion magazines I'd never dared touch before. I attended an outdoor art fair, wandering between booths in a maxi dress, chatting with artists who assumed I was just another young woman enjoying her day. A photographer even asked to take my portrait, said I had captivating energy. I joined a beginner yoga class on a whim. Wearing leggings and a sports bra in public felt terrifying at first, but the instructor kept praising my form, my flexibility. Other women smiled and introduced themselves after class. For the first time, I felt part of something instead of apart from everything. Each success built confidence. Internal dialogue shifted from what if someone finds out, to what if this is exactly who I'm meant to be. I started blending elements of both lives. I kept designing, my skills hadn't vanished, but presentations now carried a softer, more engaging energy. Clients responded better. Karen pulled me aside one day. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. You're glowing. But secrets this big can't stay buried forever. The confrontation came on a rainy Tuesday in November. I was in a virtual client meeting when my camera accidentally turned on. 10 faces stared as Emily's perfectly made-up face filled their screens. Karen's voice cut through. Alex? What in the world? Before I could mute, my apartment door burst open. Mr. Thompson stood there, soaked from the rain, eyes wild. Emily? Is that you? What the hell is going on? You've been missing for weeks. The client call dissolved into awkward goodbyes. Karen demanded I come to the office immediately. Mike texted, "Dude, people are saying insane stuff about you at work. Call me." I sat on my couch between Mr. Thompson and a stunned silence, tears streaming down Emily's cheeks. And for the first time, I told the truth. Everything spilled out. The morning in the mirror, the terror, the secret exploration, the slow acceptance. Mr. Thompson listened, face cycling through anger, confusion, grief, and finally, understanding. He reached out and touched my hand. "If part of you is still Alex in there, then you're family either way." Karen gave me paid leave to figure things out. Mike showed up that night with pizza and no judgment. "Man, woman, alien, doesn't matter. You're still my best friend." The real Emily never reappeared. Whether she'd been swapped into my old body and chosen to vanish, or something else entirely, we'll never know. But in her absence, I stepped fully into the space she left. I legally changed my name to Alexa, honoring both lives. I moved into a new apartment, kept designing, but now with a portfolio that reflected bolder, more feminine aesthetics. I built a chosen family. The yoga friends became brunch regulars. Online communities of people exploring gender became confidants. I date now, as a woman. The first time someone called me beautiful and meant it, I cried happy tears in the restaurant bathroom. I wear dresses without apology. Heels are my power shoes. Makeup is art. My hair reaches mid-back in soft waves I style every morning. And some nights, I stand in front of the mirror, just like that first terrifying morning, and smile at the woman looking back. She's strong. She's authentic. She's me. So if you're listening and part of you feels trapped in a role that doesn't fit, know this: transformation isn't always magic or accident. Sometimes it's the quiet courage to finally try on the life you've been dreaming about in secret. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to become. And when you do, the world might just open its arms and say, "There you are. We've been waiting." Thank you for walking this journey with me. Wherever you are on your own path, keep going. The mirror is kinder than you think.